Welcome back to Get Down to Business. I'm thrilled and honored to be joined by my friend, my mentor, Dr. Jim White. Jim, thank you for joining me on the air.
My pleasure, Scott. How you doing?
I'm great. Even better now that I have you. And Jim, you and I certainly spent a lot of time working together. But you have taught me something that, regardless of the many businesses that you have been involved in, ultimately, every business is the same when it boils down to mission and values. That's what I want to focus on today, and we'll be continuing this discussion over the upcoming weeks on the show. Your platform is called the Circle of Success platform. Jim, I'd like to turn the floor over to you just to talk about that emphasis on mission and values for a minute or two.
Absolutely. Thank you, Scott. Circle of Success, maybe give a little background, about a minute background on the Circle of Success. I developed that after about a 10-year run on buying and turning around companies. All of these companies from all walks of life, all industries, they had several things in common. And the first thing was the vision, and then the mission and the values. So I spent a lot of time, a lot of emphasis at getting the mission right. Most entrepreneurs, most businesses, even mature businesses sometimes, Scott, they don't spend enough time on what is the business? What are you in business to do? I often refer to it, your reason to exist. And unless you have clarity to that, it's almost impossible, I use that, almost impossible to develop a solid strategy, goals and objective and action steps that's going to move your business forward. The second piece that you were talking about, values. That's everything for me, everything, and define everything. For over 40 years, I have always had a set of values in our business, and I communicate to all of the staff, vendors, customers, this is what we stand for. And we're not going to breach those. So that is also a big deal, a word that your listener will become very familiar with. Everything a big deal. It is a big deal because unless you get these two solid, moving ahead, you're just going to be building a business on quicksand.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Jim. Mission and values, it is a big deal. And we just had this conversation as recently as Friday of it's something that needs to be hung on every single wall. Everybody needs to understand it, whether it's customers, employees, vendors, it really doesn't matter. So Dr. Jim White, again, the chairman and CEO of Post Harvest Technologies, I am absolutely honored to work with you every day and learn from these values. And as you always say, it really, like you said, it is a big deal, and it is all about those values. So Jim, real quick before we get cut off by commercial at the end of the hour, you just wrote your fifth book, Broken America. Broken America came out this past week. Can you share the 10 seconds on that and how people can find it?
Yeah, Broken America is 10 principles to restore America. And you can find it at brokenamerica.com. And like I said, we released it on September the 9th. I cannot sit on the sidelines watching the political environment as it played out. So Broken America. And so brokenamerica.com is how you can find it.
Brokenamerica.com. It is a must read. And in fact, as you just said, Jim, mission and values. And that's why you are sending a copy of the book to every member of Congress and Senate because everybody needs to learn the values, go back to those constitutional norms. We need to have a mission statement up in the halls of Congress. How about that, Jim?
Absolutely, we do, and I'd remind all members of Congress just get a little peek at the Constitution, and it starts there.
That's right. Well, Jim, come back, please, and we'll continue this conversation next week, same time, same place, same station. You're listening to Get Down to Business. As always, get on my website where you can download the podcasts, and certainly we'll link to Broken America and author JimWhite.com. Jim, thanks for joining me. To all of our listeners, have a great rest of your Sunday. We'll talk to you next Sunday at AM 560.